Hello everybody. How we doing today? Today is another day of learning and of training. Today we're going to talk about money. Money is very important. Okay, I have to look at this. I'm sorry. Hello everybody. How are you doing today? So I'm starting all over. Hello everybody. How are you doing today? Today it's all about learning. And we'll be saying something, we'll be learning something very, very important today. Very important that concerns everyone. Just give me a minute. Okay, great. So today it's all about learning. We'll be learning something that is very important to everyone, and it's the topic of today is solving your money problem. Money is something that is very important in everybody's life. We all need money. Money is a means of exchange. Money is a means of value. Money is not just a currency, but money is a currency of value. It's a means of value, and it's a means of yes, a means of exchange as well. Money is so important in this world we live in that you can't do so much without money. Yes, you cannot do so much without money. There is just so little you can do if you don't have money. And I decided to do this topic, solving your money problem, because it's a topic that affects everyone. So I want you to grab your seat and stay with me for the next 30 to 45 minutes. And just peradventure you're watching the replay of this meeting, I want you to watch the replay from the beginning till the end. Welcome again, everyone. My name is Wairi Nikoro, and I will be taking you on this class, solving your money problem. Or I will be taking you on this training, solving your money problem. Now I'm going to share my slide so you can see my slide and we can walk through this together. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, this my training is streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. If you're on YouTube and you're on Facebook, you'll be seeing me live. You can pop in your questions anytime. I am ready to solve to answer you, and I'm ready to answer your questions. So pop this in. What I want to share with you is very expensive. So I need you to be able to sit and relax and learn, because you don't get it everywhere. It's quite expensive. It's not something you find everywhere, and it's going to help you. It's going to help your finances. So sit and relax while I share my screen. Let me see if I can put oh, oh yeah. Okay. I should like this song. Mm, no. Okay. Yes. Hello, everybody. Welcome again. If you're just joining in, today we are taking this webinar to another level. Today we are taking, if you're just joining in, welcome again. Today we are taking this webinar to another level. Another level. This is week 2 of my 21 weeks of growth. And today we are talking on solving your money problem. Solving your money problem. Yes, money is something that is valuable. Money is a means of exchange. Money is a valuable currency. And in the world we live in, as I earlier said, there is quite little you can do without money. Money is virtually needed in every phase of life, every area of our life needs money. We need money to do so many of our projects to achieve our goals. So money is not is a topic that we should not shy away from. Money is a topic that we should confront, we should figure it out, we should see how we can break it down. We can see how we can achieve from it. Money should be a friend of everyone and not an enemy. Money is a topic that everyone should deliberate on. Money is a topic everyone should deliberate on upon. Money is a topic that we should be open to. We should be open to conversations about money, especially if you're someone that wants to have enough money for yourself to cater for yourself and your family. Money is a topic you should not shy away from. And that's why today I bring you a unique topic, which is solving your money problems. I'm going to take you through steps in which you can solve whatever money problem you have right now in your life. It's going to help you and it's going to help your family build a money culture and solve so many major problems that is centered around money currently in your life. Yeah. So let me go through this topic as I go with my slide. I hope you can see my slide. Just checking through. Okay, just checking through if you can see my slide. Sorry. Solving your money problem. I've talked about what money is. I've talked about how money is a means of exchange. I've talked about how money is important. It's not something you should shy away from. You should actually have healthy conversations around money and find solutions around money that can help you and help your future. You can't live a life without having money. I don't mean you must be the wealthiest person on earth, but definitely not someone who doesn't value money, who doesn't want more money or want money. Yes. So solving your money problem, I hope you can see my slide. So let me see if my slide is showing on my screen. Yes, I think my slide is showing on my screen. Now, how can I reduce this one and increase my slide? That's what I want to do right now. Yes, let's see it. Let's do this now. Okay. Let me go back. No. Yeah. Stop. Never watch them out. Yes, I am. Never watch them too, bro. What are you watching? That's cheating. Sorry, just a minute. I'm just trying to figure out how to do this. Minimize, or rather, do I need to close it? Let's see. Keep audio. Yeah. Then let me close it. Just a minute. Okay. So this is it. Okay, thank you again for listening. So, solving your money problem, and that is the first slide we have, solving your money problem. Let me just see if I am okay on YouTube, just to be sure. Okay. Great. This is what I've been looking for. Thank you for everyone who is here right now. Solving your money problem. Solving your money problem. Um, One thing you should know about money, as I've earlier said, is that money is money is a topic, not just a currency, but a topic that we should not shy away from, because you can do little or nothing without money. So it's something, it's a code you need to break. It's a conversation we need to speak out, talk about openly. You need to gain knowledge about it. You need to be a financial literate. You need to understand how money works. You need to understand money pinpoint, the language of money, the behavior of money, so you can be able to have money and also cater for yourself and your family. Money is not a conversation. Money is not a conversation you should shy away from or you should do all by yourself. It's a conversation that you should be open to, a conversation that you should always want to learn more about it, not just the act of making money. We are so focused about making money, especially in Africa. We are so focused about making money, and there is little or no knowledge about how to manage money, how to sustain money, how money behaves, and also how to multiply money. We are just so focused about getting money, side hustle, the next job to do, the next business to go into, the next career path to take, the next job vacancy to apply for. We don't pay so much attention on how to manage money, how to use money. We don't pay so much attention on these things, on these places. And that's where I am to that's why I'm here, rather to expose you to the other side of money, the management aspects of money, especially the management aspect of money, not just the multiplication aspect, but the management aspect of money. And somebody might say, "Oh, I know how to manage money very well. If you give me $100, $200, I'm going to use it so well." Well, you may have good knowledge, but there is still a part of knowledge that you need to learn more. You need to build more. So stay with me as we go into learning more about money. And here, the slide says many people are not broke because they don't earn enough money, but they are broke because they don't know how to manage what they earn. And that's where financial illiteracy comes in. I repeat, many people are not broke because they don't have money. Or let me put it this way, many people are not broke because they don't earn enough money. They are broke because they don't know how to manage what they earn. And that's where financial literacy comes in. And so many people are not broke because they don't have enough. When you are broke or when I'm broke, when someone is broke, the person says, "Oh, I don't have money. I'm broke." No, that's not why you're broke. That's not why you don't have money. Most times people are broke because not because they don't have money, but people are broke because they don't know how to manage money. And that's where I come in to help you and to teach you on how to manage money wisely. My next slide is what is a financial literate and why should you be one? Prior to this time, I have struggled with managing money. Yes, while growing up, I've struggled with managing money. Probably you were like me, who did not have so much education on how to manage money, how to budget, how to save, how to invest. It's not too late. Yes, it's not too late. Probably you were like me who didn't know so much about money management, money multiplication, little idea about money. I loved money, but I didn't know how to go around it. It's not too late for you to know how to manage money. And that's where financial illiteracy comes in. Who is a financial illiterate? Who is a financial illiterate? Who is a financial literate? Who is a financial literate? Who is a financial literate? And if you're not one, how can you be one? A financial literate is one who understands basic financial concepts like budgeting, insurance, tax, savings, investing, and knows how to use this knowledge to make some financial decision for themselves. Yes. Are you someone who understands basic financial terms like budgeting, savings, insurance, tax, um, investing, and more? Are you someone that understands this terminology and you know how to use this word? You know how to use this knowledge, not just words. You know how to use this knowledge to make right financial decisions. If you are someone who understands budgeting, you understand saving, you understand investing, you understand taxes, you understand insurance, and you know how to use this knowledge to make right financial decisions, then you are a financial literate. But if you're someone who doesn't understand some of these words or terms and you don't have deep knowledge about them, then you need to sit with me here and gain knowledge. Knowledge for free, but though expensive, that can help you and help your future. Also, just a second. Yeah. Also, who is a financial literate? I wrote here that a financial literate is an individual. Let me take off my slide so you can see me very well. I want to minimize this slide. No, I want to minimize this slide. Okay, great. A financial literate is an individual who knows how to use fintech app for savings, investing, budgeting, you know, and more, and knows how to manage financial risk and generally have financial sense. So I'm going to repeat this word. A financial literate is an individual who knows how to use basic fintech app. Fintech is a financial app. A financial literate is an individual who knows how to use basic fintech app for saving, budgeting, investing, and more. So that's not all. And knows how to manage financial risk and generally has financial sense. So I'll say that. I'll say that again. And knows how to manage financial risk and generally has financial sense. A financial literate is someone who knows how to use fintech app for savings, investing, budgeting, and more, and knows how to manage financial risk. And he or she has financial sense. He or she has financial sense. Financial sense is not something everyone has. Some people don't have financial sense. They may have knowledge in many things, but when it comes to their finances, how to manage their finances, the basic knowledge, I'm not even talking about moderate knowledge, basic knowledge of budgeting, savings, keeping receipts of whatever thing you buy, and budgeting and documenting those things, expenses, spending. These are things that you need to know if you are a financial literate. But if you are not a financial literate, you will not have financial sense on savings, budgeting, taxes, insurance, investing, expenses, spending, and more. You won't have basic knowledge or even deep knowledge about it. And that's why this topic is important for you to sit down, relax, and learn. Learn from the financial coach that can help you. And I'm giving you this for free. And it can help you to build your financial sense. Now, let me keep sharing my screen so that we can move forward. Hello, everyone. If you're just joining in, welcome. Let me give you the welcome emoji. If you're just joining in, I hope you can see this welcome emoji for you. It's to tell you welcome. So welcome. This is solving your money problems. So I'm giving you this for free. This is not something I do every day. You can thank me later. Yeah. And enjoy it because I'm giving you this for free. I need to reduce this. No. Increase this. Like this. Okay, thank you. So I've talked about why you get broke. You don't get broke because you don't have money. You get broke because you don't know how to manage your finances. And here I am teaching you how to manage your finances. And I've also talked about who is a financial literate. Surprisingly, 70% of Nigerians and even Africans are not financial literate. Above 70% of Africans don't have any moderate financial sense. Or let me use this way. Let me make it more appealing. About 70% of Africans don't have basic financial knowledge. Basic financial knowledge on how to save, how to invest, how to budget, how to spend. And now in this era of technology where we have a lot of fintech apps that can help you automate these things and help you live a seamless life, live a stress-free life when it comes to your finances. Most people, above 70%, don't know anything about fintech app that can help their finances, help their saving culture, help their spending culture, help their investing culture, help their budgeting culture. Above 70% of Africans and Nigerians don't have this knowledge, and that's why if you're listening to me, you are lucky because you are out, you are now going to be excluded from those above 70% who don't have knowledge about their finances. Now let's talk about the pillars of personal finance. Personal finance has pillars. There are pillars your money stands on, and any money you have that doesn't stand on this pillar, such money is going to disappear. It's just a matter of time. Such money is going to disappear. The money is not going to last. There are pillars of personal finance, and if your money is not standing on any of this pillar, just give yourself 3, 4, 5 years from now, it's your money is going to disappear, because we see a lot of people who work so hard. They work so hard, and by the time they grow old, they get broke because they don't have the techniques, they don't have the knowledge on these pillars of personal finance to build their finance, to manage their finance, and to multiply their finance. That's why in Africa, we put so much effort on working hard and so little effort on managing our finance or even multiplying our finance. We put so little effort on how we spend, on how we budget, on how we invest, on how we save. So if you get this knowledge, it's going to build you and help you. Let me take off this. The first pillar of personal finance is investing. Welcome if you're just joining in. My name is Wale Nico, and I'm teaching you on solving your money problems. I get a lot of I see a lot of things on social media on people who are saying Nigeria is hard, Africa is hard, everything is hard, life is hard. So this is my little contribution to you so that you can manage the little you have, because there is no guarantees in life. The only guarantees is what you make out of your life. There is nobody that's gonna shelter you, pet you, build you, help you. The only guarantees in life is what you make out of your life. That's the only guarantee in life. There's no guarantee anywhere in life. So the first pillar of personal finance is investing. And what is this investing all about? I wrote here that my slide says using your money to buy assets like stocks, bonds, real estate, or business with the expectation of future growth. With the expectation of future growth or income. Investing helps your money grow faster than saving alone. So this is the first pillar I want to encourage everyone who is watching me or who will watch me, who will listen to this replay, and is investing. And what is investing? Investing is simply making your money work for you. That is what I call investing. Making your money work for you by buying assets that will increase, buying assets that will appreciate in value. Yes. Buying assets that will appreciate in value and future growth. So investing is simply making your money work for you by buying assets that will appreciate in value and future growth. Assets like stocks, assets like bonds, assets like real estate, assets like buying a business, a flourishing business. And if you're the younger folks between 20s to your early 40s or your middle 40s, buying assets like crypto as well. So investing is one good way to manage your finance, because one thing about this asset is that they appreciate in value. So even when there is inflation in Nigeria, or there's inflation in Ghana, or there's inflation in Africa, one good thing about this asset is that these assets are not subject to inflations. They can never be subject to inflation. Yet, assets like land, houses have greater tendencies not to be subject to inflation. If you put your $100 in the bank, in the next 5 years, your $100 may not really increase so much, because bank is not a good place to save. Don't put money in the bank. Don't save money in the bank. I always tell my students or people around me who I mentor, I always tell them, if you want to have financial sense, get this. do not put your money in the bank. If you really want to a place to put your money that is going to multiply, put your money in assets. Assets like bonds, government bonds, stocks, real estate. Assets like buying a business, a flourishing business that you know it has future growth and expectations. Put your money in those assets. They have greater chances of increasing and beating any form of inflation that will come to you. So that's the first pillar. That's the first pillar of personal finance, investing. Now let's go to the second pillar of personal finance. Second pillar. Just a second. Thank you for those who are still here. The second pillar of personal finance is, let's go into saving before we go to borrowing. Savings. Now let's talk about savings. Savings. Everybody knows the word savings. I think it's one of the most common words you can ever see or hear in an average family or in an African context rather. But how many people truly really save? How many people save? How many times do we save? And what are the modern saving technique we have? You know, back in those days, we used to have some things our fathers used to save. If I, personally, when I was younger, we will build a kind of carpentry box. Yes, a carpentry box. I will put money inside. I will put my money inside. You know, as many money that I get to have from school, you know, from church, I put my money in there. Maybe after some months, I get to break the box and I take my money out. But how many persons have that financial discipline to do that? And in a context where we need more money and there's a lot of inflation, is that still practicable? Is that still encouraged? Yes, it may be encouraged in a lot of sense, but there are modern ways to save. There are better ways to do this savings. So what saving? Money savings is money set aside for future need instead of being spent. Savings is money being Savings is money set aside for future need instead of being spent today. It's your financial safety net and it's a stepping stone to investing. Yes, you don't save for a rainy day. You save to invest. Let me say that. Let me say that on a big screen so you can see my face very well. You don't save for a rainy day. Oh, sorry about that. You don't save for a rainy day. You save to invest. Yes, many people say, oh, let me save for the rainy day. Why will you be wishing calamity on your head? Why will you be wishing calamity for yourself? Why would you want to save all that money just to pay hospital bills or to pay a kind of debt? Nobody saves for bad luck. So don't use those words of, oh, we are saving for a rainy day. No, don't save for a rainy day. If you use those words, saving for a rainy day, you will end up saving and never seeing the reward of your savings. So we don't save for a rainy day. We save to invest. Put it at the back of your mind that when I'm saving to use this money to do a big project. I'm saving to use this money to enroll for a course, to go for my master's, or to build my house, or to buy a new car, or even to get married, or something. You don't save to pay hospital bills. No, those ones are called emergency funds. Those are not the kind of saving that I'm talking about here. Those are called emergency funds. So you don't save for a rainy day, you save to invest. And saving is a younger sister to investing because it's what you save that you can, accumulate to invest. To invest, yes, it's what you save that you can accumulate to invest. Invest in government bonds, invest in stocks, invest in real estate, invest in buying other flourishing business, invest in crypto if you are between 20s to your early 40s. Crypto is a good place to invest as well. high risk investment because of your age range. So saving is not for the rainy day. Savings is for investment. Always remember that. Whatever savings you do is to invest, both in yourself, in your family, or in your future. Thank you. So let's go to the next slide. We have talked about savings already. Now the next slide we'll be talking about it's my slide. Sorry. Okay, yeah, slide is here now. If you have any question, quickly pop it up so I can answer your question quickly as before we call this a night. Okay, you can see my slide now. If you have questions, I'll be in the chat box. Good evening, Ma. Hi, Naomi. Good evening. Nice to see you. Hi, Naomi. Let me write her name. I don't know if she's still online. Nice to see you. Good evening. Or is it good night? So if you have questions, if that's Naomi on Facebook, if you have any questions, pop it up now. So if you have questions, please pop it up now because we'll be ending soon. This meeting will be ending soon. So if you have any questions. The next one we have, let's talk about borrowing. What is borrowing and what's borrowing all about? You can use debt to create wealth if it's a good debt to improve your income and does not exceed 25% interest on your monthly income, like cooperative loan. Caution, beware of loan sharks while borrowing. So debt is also a way, it's one of the ways you can improve your life. Some people don't like to, take debt. They feel, oh, if I take debt, people see me as a poor person. People will see me as, there's a way society ties debt. You know, they don't encourage people taking debts. Why I don't also fully encourage you taking debts, I will also say there's something called good debts. Good debt is a kind of loan you take um, for your future benefits, and you have projected that this loan is going to help your business, is going to help you move your career forward, it's going to help you build yourself. Probably you take some loan, in this side of the country where I live as a student, so where I live as a resident rather, there's something called student loan where citizens of this country are eligible to take student loan, and it also works in the US as well, where people can take student loan and they pay back. They pay back subsequently. So something you take to build your career, something you take to maximize my screen, something you take to build your career, something you take um, to build your business, to build your life, and you have calculated it that this is going to add value to me, to my business, that's a good debt. Yes, that's a good debt. But many a time people take debt and it's not a good debt. Another element of a good debt, another element of a good debt, aside the fact that it's a debt you take to build yourself, to move yourself forward, it's a debt you take to build either your career, like student loan that is being taken in the UK and the US. A lot of citizens, who are young people, they have to take student loan so that they can go to school because the education over here is quite expensive for them. It's quite expensive generally, and they need to pay for their tuition fees. So they take student loan from the government, both in the UK, in the US, and so many Western countries. That may be considered as a good debt because such young person is using that money to go to school, to build herself, to build her career, to get better, education that has the possibility of giving her a better life, a better job, and a better life. Other kind of good debt is when you take a debt that can help your business move your business forward, other than waiting, trying to gather money to expand your business, and you really need to expand that business right now. Why don't you go and take a loan, a good debt that by the time you bring that loan right now and put it in your business, you have calculated that such loan can be able to expand your business and bring in the revenue and bring in the money to even pay the debt and pay the interest. One thing you should know about debt, especially when it comes to a good debt, is don't take a debt that the interest rate is more than 25% of your monthly income or your monthly salary. Yes, many people take debt and the interest is 50%. Some people even go as far as taking debt that the interest is 60 to 75%. How are you going to pay back? How are you going to pay back? Yes. So most times when my friends want to take debt, I ask them how much is the interest? Because the interest should be less than a quarter of your monthly income, so that at least by the time the month you get your salary, you can have enough money to save, to invest, and also pay the interest while you move on doing other things with your life. But when you take a debt and the interest is 50% your income or 50%, your salary, you will struggle to survive. It's more like you are paying the debt for the rest of the months or the years. That is not a good debt. Any debt that is a good debt should be it should be considered as a debt that is 25% and less than the interest you are to pay. Yes, 25% or less interest. Any debt that is more than 25% may just be a trap rather, may just be a trap. Beware of I said something on my slide, just give me a minute, let me bring it up. I said something on my slide and I said, beware of loan sharks. Yes, beware of loan sharks. There are many loan sharks in form of fintech apps. They'll tell you, borrow this money, don't worry, borrow it right now. They will be the one urging you to borrow money. You put in your ATM card, put in your debits, put in everything, and they'll tell you to keep borrowing, borrowing. You don't know that you are borrowing your future. You are borrowing because some of these things, some of this money you borrow, you can't even pay back, and it's not planned for. But because the app is available, you just log into the app, you use your card, you borrow, so especially for those who have access to credit cards, you use your credit card, you buy everything. You go for shopping with your credit card and you buy everything, and you even buy above, you buy beyond your budget. You buy beyond or above your budget because you have a credit card. Those are loan sharks. Beware of loan sharks when trying to consider taking a debt. I'm not telling you not to take debts. If you need to take it, take a debt that can move yourself forward, your life forward, your career forward, your future forward, your business forward. But don't take debt that you use it to go and buy cars or buy bags or buy shoes or buy a new car, or or just for luxury. Those kind of debts are not debt that make you look like a financial literate. Those kind of debts are bad debts. They are not good debts. Thank you. So what else do we have here? The next thing we have here is income. Income. The more you earn from various sources like salary, business, profit, rent, dividends, freelance, jobs, or side hustle is the starting point for financial management. So when we talk about income, incomes are your earnings. Yes. If you don't earn anything, then there's no need for us to be here, because for us to be here talking about financial sense, solving your money problems, you should find a means or a way for you to have income to earn, even if it's weekly, monthly, yearly, you should earn something. You should work with your hands and earn some amount of money. So incomes are your earnings, and it's from your earnings you plan your savings. From your earnings you plan your investments. From your earnings you plan your budgetings and your spendings. That's what income is all about. Just in case you don't know what income is all about, incomes are your earnings. You can earn from your rent. If you're someone that has buildings, you're into real estate, your rent is an income. Your salary that they pay you at work is an income. It's a sort of income to you, rather. Dividends from investment is income to you as well. You know, earning from your business is income. The side hustle, getting some money from there is also an income too. So whatever earnings you get, either as a freelance, doing a freelance job, renting, um, being a salary earner, or being a business owner, those are what we call income. The next slide here is expenses. Expenses is something we need to sit down about and talk about. Do you have budget? Do you budget what you buy? Do you take receipts after you buy things from the supermarket, the market, the shops? I know in Africa, especially in third world countries, most times we don't think of these things as important, like taking a receipt when we buy things. We feel it's a stress, it's extra burden. As much as you think so, wealthy people always, they don't just spend from whatever, they don't just spend. They, even their spendings have been budgeted for. There's something called miscellaneous. Even whatever they spend that you think is extravagant has been budgeted for. Just recently, I started seeing the luxurious wedding of Davido and Chioma, and congratulations to them anyway. Congratulations. I started seeing the luxurious spending, sorry, the luxurious wedding rather of Davido and Shoma. As much as you think there is money everywhere, every of those um, things you saw there, the food, the lighting, they were all budgeted for. There is nothing that was not budgeted for. Every of the structures you saw there, the organization you saw there was budgeted for. Yes. So wealthy people don't just spend because they have money. There's something called expenses. And so what's expense all about? Expense is the money you spend on your needs, your wants, such as food, bills, transportation, entertainment, debt repayment, or even wedding. Yes, expense is the money you spend on your needs and your wants. Expense is the money you spend on your needs and your wants, on bills, on rent, on entertainment, on food, on utility, on and on even loan repayment. That's what expense is all about. Lastly, budgeting. There is a 50-30-20 rule on budgeting. I'll talk about this another day. But for this, budgeting is a financial plan that helps you allocate your income towards various expenses and savings. Budgeting ensures you spend intentionally and avoid running out of money. Budgeting is financial sense. I can't say this enough. Budgeting is you having financial sense. If you're in your 20s and your 30s, you have not yet started learning the intentional art of budgeting. And when I mean budgeting, budgeting every tiny money you spend, every tiny money, every single money, taking, budgeting it, and having the to write those receipts or write those things is very, very important. A financial plan that helps you allocate your income towards various expenses and savings. Budgeting ensures you spend intentionally and avoid running out of money. Budgeting ensures that you spend wisely and you spend intentionally and avoid running out of money. Budgeting ensures you spend intentionally, you spend wisely. Budgeting ensures that you avoid running out of money. Budgeting ensures Budgeting is a financial plan that helps you allocate your income towards various expenses and savings. Budgeting is a financial plan that helps you allocate your income towards various savings and investments. It is wise, it is financial sense for you to budget all your expenses, not some of your expenses, all your expenses. Budgeting can be stressful, but there are apps, there are applications, there are even PDF to help you budget and budget wisely. If you're a young person between 20s to 30s and you have not learned the art of budgeting, it may cost you your financial literacy. Because for you to be successful and wealthy, you must know where your money is going to, what you're using your money for. Is it worth it or not? If you don't have a good structured budget plan, you may end up spending out of pocket, spending beyond what you plan for. This can happen, yes, even though you budget, but it can be worse when you don't budget before you spend. So before you spend that next money, do well to budget. Write down the things you want to go and buy and make sure you stick to your plan. I would also encourage for proper budgeting, you budget monthly. For example, monthly subscription of your data. For another example, monthly um monthly house maintenance or monthly food restocking. Yeah, monthly house maintenance, monthly food restocking. If you want to go to the market, don't go to the market weekly. You can go to the market monthly. I actually have a friend who takes his time to encourage his wife to go to the market quarterly. They buy as much things that they can buy quarterly, the things that will last that long. And the things that may not last so long, they buy them monthly. That's a good way of spending because when you buy in bulk, you are able to manage your money. Remember, this topic is solving your money problem. And one way to solve your money problem is to manage how you spend. If you spend weekly, you may end up spending more than somebody who spend monthly because the person who spend monthly, when you buy in bulk, the money and the price for such can reduce a bit than when you buy, little and in bits and pieces. So I encourage you that when you want to budget monthly as much as possible, budget monthly. And if you can go beyond budgeting monthly, budget quarterly. Yes, budget and write your expenses on a quarterly basis for major things in your home, in your family. Especially if you have kids, you have children, budget for these things monthly than budgeting for them quarterly, um, than budgeting for them weekly. Budget for this thing monthly than budgeting for them weekly. It will save you more money because having financial sense is all about managing your finances before you even think about multiplying your income or your finances. What the next one or the last one? The last one we have here is I've talked about savings. I'm going to put all the slides fully, but common this is the second to last slide. Common financial myths and misconception. Common financial myths and misconception. Common financial myths and misconception. One of the common financial myths we have is that saving is for poor people. Saving is for poor people. Savings is not for poor people. No, savings is not for poor people. People think that, oh, I don't want to save, I cannot save. Saving is for those who are poor. I want to have my money in bulk so I can use it to do things. No. I know someone who never likes to save. He always wants to, get his money in bulk. And so when he gets it, in bulk, he will use it to purchase things. He will use it to buy real estate. But a time came when the money was not coming in bulk anymore and he didn't have saving plans, he didn't have savings. Such kind of person, this particular person did not have savings and so he went broke. Savings is not for poor people. Everybody should save. The rich save as well. Yes, they save and they even save so much. The rich, they do save. Savings is not for poor people. Saving is for everyone who wants to be a financial literate. You need to save every penny, every dollar, every naira that you have that is relevant and you're not using. No money should be in the bank, lying aimlessly in the bank. Every money should either be in the savings account, in the savings account, or the which should be giving you interest. Every money should either be in the savings account, which should be giving you interest, or should be in the or should be in investment, in your investment portfolio, either your savings portfolio or your investment portfolio, or should be inside the estate as a land or a building. There should be no money in your life that should be lying fallow with no plans for it, no aim, just looking at it. And I've always encouraged you don't encourage I've always encouraged people, don't save in the bank. The bank is not a place for saving your money. Bank will not give you good interest. Bank will not even give you interest. Rather, you'll be getting debit alerts every 2 seconds. You're getting debit alerts for money you're not using. So bank is a no-no for savings. You don't save in the bank. There are good fintech apps that you can use to save and they will give you interest. Good fintech apps that are licensed, that are SEC licensed, that's Security and Exchange Commission. They are licensed under SEC and you can use them and they will give you interest. You don't save in the bank. Bank is not a place to save. Bank is a place that will debit you. Yes. And as I said, savings is not for poor people. Savings is for everyone who wants to grow their financial life. Savings is a fundamental if you want to grow financially. You cannot do without saving. That's the foundation. So don't say I don't have enough, I'm broke. Yes, that's why you need to save. Because the little you have, you can save it and manage it and it can multiply. The next common financial myth is investing is for rich people. No, investing is not for only wealthy people. Investing is not for only wealthy people. Investing is not for only wealthy people. In fact, one of the richest man in the world, Warren Buffett, started investing at the age of 11. Google it. Warren Buffett was a young man who started investing at the age of 11. He was not so wealthy, and even if he was wealthy as an 11 years old boy in the United Kingdom, he will not be so wealthy as you think. He started investing as an 11 years old boy. And by the time he grew, by the time he became a man, it was through his investment he was able to go to school. He was able to add money, and he was able to add money and went on with his education. Investing is not for only wealthy people. Even the poor should invest. The poor can invest. Investing is the only way to multiply your money. The way to multiply your money is not by working hard, taking different shifts, or doing side hustles alone, or doing side hustles. the fastest way to multiply your money. Yes, let's use that word. Let's use that word. Investing is the fastest way to multiply your money. The fastest way to multiply your money is by investment. Investing in stocks, investing in government bonds, investing in real estate, investing by buying other people's businesses that are flourishing. And if you're between your 20s to your early 40s, investing in crypto and any other form of investment portfolio you know about. Investing is the fastest way to multiply your money. And I don't mean scanty investment. I mean constant investing. Not just investing in real estate. You have to invest in both liquid assets and also assets that are not liquid. Yes, you have to invest both in liquid assets and let me call it solid assets. So many people put their money only in real estate. They say, "Oh, you know what? I have 20 lands in Lagos. I have 8 lands in Nigeria. I have 6 lands in Ghana." But that's not diversification. Diversification is financial sense, and it teaches you that you should invest in different portfolios because let's say, for instance, if you fall ill today and you need an emergency fund, will you start selling your land because you want to pay medical bills? No. That's why you should invest in assets that you can easily get, like stocks, like government bonds, ETFs, yes, cryptos, so that these are assets that you can easily withdraw your money without going through the rigors and the stress of the buyer purchasing power and looking for a buyer to buy your land so you can do your operation. Those days our father just put money in real estate, which is beautiful and good. But if you don't have such an amount of money, if you don't have huge amount of money, you can start investing by investing little as $2, $3, $4, or let me use Nigeria, let me use Naira, as little as 5,000 Naira, you can invest in government bonds. You can invest in stocks. You can invest in crypto. And investing should be constantly. If you invest consistently for 5 years, every month, even if it's 5,000, even if you put it in mutual funds, that's a good investment. And as I said, investing is the fastest way to multiply your money. So start considering investing. And investing is not only for the rich, investing is for anyone who wants to multiply their money. Another myth we have is rich people are selfish and stingy. No, this is a myth. Rich people are not selfish and stingy. You can say a rich person is disciplined. He's disciplined with his money. He knows how he makes his money. So he wants to spend it with financial sense. He's not just thinking about how to spend. He's thinking of how to use that money to make more money. Let me repeat what I just said. A rich person is not just thinking about how to spend. A rich person is thinking about how to use that money he has to make more money. Whereas a poor person is thinking of how to spend that money, use it, lavish it, and finish that same money that day without thinking of what to how to what's going to happen tomorrow, how to spend or how to get same money tomorrow. What a rich person is thinking about, if you give a rich person $1, what that rich person is thinking about is how to multiply that $1 into $10 as quickly as possible. But when you give a poor person $1, a poor person is thinking about how to use that $1 and finish that $1 as quickly as possible. So it's about the mindset. That's the difference between a rich person and a poor person. The mindset on what they do with money. So rich people are not stingy. Rich people they are not wicked, as the myth says, as people say, rich people are stingy and they are wicked. No, they are not stingy and wicked with money. Rather, they apply financial discipline. Financial discipline like budgeting, financial discipline like savings, financial discipline like investing in different assets, different portfolios, financial discipline like expenses, and many other financial disciplines like insurance, insuring their lives, paying their taxes, insuring their cars, insuring their children, their education insurance, and many other insurance. The rich people are not stingy and they are not wicked. A rich person has financial discipline. So if you want to be a rich person, start cultivating the art of financial discipline. The last financial myth we have is money is a spiritual phenomenon. Money is a spiritual phenomenon. This is the last financial discipline we have, that money is a spiritual phenomenon. And this goes with the church people. This goes with the church people, people of faith, like myself who attend church. I attend church. This goes with the church people. We believe so much that money is supernatural. So when we hear our pastor say, you will be blessed in Jesus' name, you shout with the highest voice, Amen. And you don't know that money is not a supernatural phenomenon alone. Yes, there is a spiritual part to money. Of course, scripture says that it is God that giveth us power to make wealth. And I don't dispute that. God gives us power to make wealth. But money is not only spiritual as you think. There is a physical aspect to money, to managing money, multiplying money. There's a physical aspect to earning money. And that's where discipline comes in. That's where hard work comes in. Money is not a spiritual phenomenon as you think. Money is both spiritual, physical, and physical as well. That goes with hard work, discipline, financial literacy, how to manage your money, how to multiply your money, how to save, how to budget, how to sustain your wealth. Insurance policies, putting insurance around your life, around your car. A rich person, even if you buy a rich person's car, he or she won't feel so much pain about it because his car is already insured. Even his life is insured. So if anything happens to a wealthy person today, he or she knows that his family will not go bankrupt because even his life is insured. Everything about a rich person's is life is insured. His health is insured. His cars are insured. Even his building is insured from fire outbreak, from wind, from volcano. That is the way a wealthy person think. They think of sustaining their wealth and multiplying their wealth. But a poor person think about how to eat, and they don't want to apply financial sense on how to build their wealth. Money is not a spiritual phenomenon. Money is has a lot to do with physical phenomenon like discipline, hard work, managing your money, investing, and multiplying your money as well. With this, I'll come to the end of today's training. I've come to the end of today's training. Consider changing if you want to grow your wealth. There's something you should think about. Consider changing your career path, your business or skill to earn more money. So you're saying, oh, why I don't have so much money? How am I going to earn more money? There are some career paths you are in right now. I'm talking to somebody that will be listening to me. There are some career paths you are in right now that will not make you a millionaire, even in the next 10 years. Some career path you are in will never make you a millionaire, even in the next 20 years. Why don't you consider changing your career path? Like taking a tech course instead, like going back to school and upgrading yourself, like taking a certification course, or like changing that business. There's some business you're doing right now that you know you will not be able to earn 6 figures or 7 figures in the next 10 years, or even in the next 5 years. So instead of you to wallow in in ignorance about it, why don't you take the bold step right now to change that business into something that can make your life progress? Start planning your financial future. Even if it will take 5 years, start planning your financial future. If you need to change your skill, change that skill to a tech skill. If you need to change that career path to another career path that is flourishing right now. If you need to change that business to another business that is more lucrative, those are ways you can be able to earn more money. Remember, as I said, the foundation is for you to earn. If you're not earning any money, then there will be no money for you to save. There will be no money for you to invest. there'll be no money for you to even budget or make expenses. So tackle the first thing. How much are you earning? If you're not earning enough, considering changing your business, considering changing your skill to maybe a tech skill or take a certification course, project management course, HRO course, or any lucrative course that is flourishing right now and has future prospects, or considering changing your career path to something else so that you can be able to earn 6 figures, 7 figures, or more. With these few words of mine, I hope I've been able to build you on solving your money problems. Thank you so much. I remain Wire Nikoro, and I'll see you next week for another webinar. So let me put all the screens. Screen one. Let me start from slide one so everybody gets to see it. Okay. Okay, picture time. I'll need pictures now. Oh, hello everybody. Okay, thank you everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Bye. I should end this thing. See you next week. Thank you. Thank you. How is it going? Thank you. Don't finish, oh, don't finish. Okay, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye. Going on. In stream.